discussion. And this is a topic I would like to talk to all of you. Just let's finish what Deepak ji said. Do you think you'll become popular by sending a message every single morning? You think you will? You obviously will give the best thing. Even if you give the best of best things, do you think you become popular? I totally believe you will become the most unpopular person, Deepak ji. You should stop doing this. You know, it is like going to somebody's house in the morning and throwing some garbage. You think you're giving something very good, but actually what you're doing is irritating that person, because even if you write something absolutely fantastic, I can guarantee nobody's going to read it. Overselling of yourself. You do it once in a month, and you do it in a very curated manner. You get out material which is absolutely fantastic. That is good. You know, this kind of promotion of self is outdated. And this does not work at all anymore. Even a candidate who goes out and sends a message every single morning, I think is not going to last at all. Not in this organization anymore. Nowhere in the world. So you've got to stop this, and please, sending out these broadcast messages can be nothing more irritating. People will not invite you, I can tell you 100% then. I mean, we've got to change, and please don't take me personally. It is the things that we are doing which is wrong, which we've not to change, because if we don't change, we will not be able to change our organization. And what we are talking about, what is the ultimate aim of talking about leadership training today? Reason is, we want you to go to the grassroots lions, let them learn from you. But you've got to give them the right principles, yes? And the world is changing. It is not what it was 10 years, 3 years back also. The world is completely changed in the last 2 years. We have a plethora of WhatsApp messages. Another message will not help you market yourself. Rather, you will be surprised how many people have blocked you. I'm telling you, we've got to be very careful, because time is money now. And time, we don't want to waste on a WhatsApp message. So I would suggest to you, that's not a route I would suggest to this group. I believe you are the cream of the country today, of the area, sitting over here. You are the ones who are our thought leaders. And if you do things like this, how can we expect our organization to grow? What do you say, Sunil? You think, I mean, you have any other view or anything that you would like to add to that?
Possibly go for a different kind of approach, which is try and connect with people from the perspective that how much am I willing to learn from others, rather than just dump what I have to say. That's one approach I would follow.
Perfect. What he's saying, I would probably give out in my broadcast group, even if I have one, I would probably give out a question and see what the response is. And that should be, the people who are responding should be my group of people whom I should be interacting with. And there you follow, or you form a tribe. And that is what I believe every graduate today, thanks Sunil for taking me there, and that's really very important where we should go. We must create our own tribes. We must create our own groups of people who are going to be there for us, who will look at us, and that can only be possible if you are one-to-one with that group. I love the idea that some of you shared about creating your own profile. It's very important. So I would suggest to each one of you, but the profile, be very careful when you when you create it. It has to be done very, very professionally. What do I mean by professional? It cannot be an overdose of you. It has to be you, but subtly more about what you are, who you are, what are your thoughts. And if you are going to Google, picking up a paragraph from there and putting it on your site as quote unquote whoever, people will catch you, right? Nobody is dumb. Nobody, just like you go and see Google, entire world goes and sees Google, right? So you've got to be careful. If you're just going to copy paste from there, you're gone. So you have to be authentic, and our presenter in the morning, Mr. Vivek, absolutely right. That is the way we've got to be authentic. If we are not authentic, whatever you do, however well you can speak, That's not going to be important. What matters is the content that you have. What is inside you that matters. It does not what is your outward appearance. Outward appearance is very important. Very, very important, has to be pleasing. But it is not only about the outward appearance. What is important is what's inside you and how authentic you are. How passionate are you about what you are speaking. That completely shows. It just comes from inside, and that's what you've got to promote. Because if you can sell yourself, how? By showing your authenticity. People believe in authenticity. People believe if you have your own individual thoughts, it does not matter whether you can speak well. I remember very well, you all must be knowing past governor, maybe Balkrishna Barlakoti from Nepal. Do you all know him? Short person. I don't think he's a very good speaker, but he's going to be our director in a few years. But he's pretty short. Very unassuming personality. Nothing that he could not even probably speak any language. When he came, we invited him for one of our programs in Kolkata. Reason why we invited him was he had done a large number of clubs in his district. And we wanted to learn from him, how did he do those clubs in his district? So we invited him to train or talk to our vice, not train, to talk to our vice governors. That young man, short, not very, not very comfortable in speaking in Hindi also. He was very fluent in Nepali, but he could speak in Hindi, and he spoke in English also. And over the years, of course, he has really, really improved so much in his diction. But at that point of time, he was very nervous because it was his first training program also. He was going out of the country and doing it. But when he spoke from his heart, and he spoke about the fact that how he had started 100 clubs, our vice governors got so motivated. They said, if he can do it, why can't I do it? And he actually spoke to them one-to-one. We were just talking about somebody being unassuming. Somebody, you do not believe that he can have that kind of mettle, and said, if he can do it, even I can do it. Right? So every governor that year believed that even I could do it. And we had around 2 or 3 governors doing more clubs than they had even ever dreamt of doing. Reason was that man came and motivated them. And he motivated them, why? Because he had that inner strength. He had done it, so he could speak about it. So it's very important that if you've never ever given or, gone and donated even $1 to LCIF, and you talk about the foundation, it will show. If you haven't taken even one member and you talk about membership growth, it will show. I never talk about extending clubs. Because I have a witness right there who will say, when I was the governor, I closed around 35 clubs. Because I just couldn't form the clubs. So for me to talk about opening clubs is something I can't do because it doesn't come from my heart. It just doesn't come from my heart. So I will never ever, if somebody tells me go and talk about opening clubs, I will shy away and run away from there. Because I know it will not come from within. You have to do something to do, so whatever you are. If you are going to be talking about something, be very sure that you live it. And you actually believe in it. And again, I come back to the morning's presentation when he said that you've got to believe, you've got to be authentic. And being authentic is very important. If you are authentic and you speak authentically, you don't have to market yourself. You'll market yourself automatically. People will see it. And I think that's what's important. Yes, my friend, you wanted to speak there. Yeah.
To identify the needs, man. First, we have to identify the needs and fulfill the requirements. Then only automatically our identification.
Right. Suppose what we are talking about here, that is when you're making your presentation. That's fine. But how? How do you get yourself to go there? Yes, sir.
Madam, regarding marketing ourselves, after completion of my FDI, I did one thing. I prepared questionnaire, 365 questions out of constitution from the club and district. I posted in our WhatsApp group of PSTs and DG team, DG district cabinet members. Every day one. So I have not taken the response. Beginning I have taken response. So it is a mess. Every day I am getting more than 100. So I said that you just wait for 1 month. I will send the questionnaire, 1 month answer sheet at the end of the month. So I did the 1 year complete like that. I like that. I printed 1700 books, madam, regarding only bylaws and constitution of the bylaws at club and district. I circulated among the all members in the region meets, entire district. This is the work I did. Thank you, sir.
I'm glad it
Use
was.
the principle of influence, which is reciprocity. So let
Why
me.
don't you come here and speak so everybody can hear you properly?
Thank you. So what I would suggest that let's use a principle of influence, which is reciprocity. That I invite my FDI friends to my district. They will feel, hey, Anand has invited me, let me also invite Anand. So the whole reciprocity works, that I invite others and then I receive in reciprocity invitation. That could also be work.
But we have this fear that next time Anand comes, nobody will invite me. So then what do we do to that? Is that not a problem? I'm honestly asking you. That is a problem that we have. And let's get out of these problems. We believe, I'm telling you, if you are good, if you are actually good, nobody can stop you from being part of the training programs. Wherever there's a training program, Sunil Kumar has to be a part of it. Why? Because he has made a mark over there. AP Singh has to be a part of it because he's made a mark over there. And you've got to be there, right? So there is no question. So now the thing is, we are scared. Now I feel, why should I invite Sunil? If I invite, then next time they'll say, please get Sunil. They won't ask Sangeeta anymore. So that is the fear that we have. So my dear friends, stop being scared about this. You must get the best of best to your districts. And do that. Reason is, everybody is good. And believe me, everybody is good. It just needs a little bit of training. It needs to go practice. Practice is important. Not only practice, even curating good ideas, finding out new ideas, getting those new ideas there, making your presentations more creative. Plagiarizing, picking up somebody's presentation and doing that presentation will never work. If you haven't made a presentation, and if your son or your daughter or your grandchild has made a presentation, you cannot present it. Because it's not yours, right? So it has to be your thoughts. Nobody wants, because nowadays there are hundreds and hundreds of presentations in those YouTube channels, in whatever, right? So nobody is interested. We can just go there and watch and see it. So you've got to be careful. It has to be authentic. And that's exactly what we heard this morning. If you want to market yourself, you've got to be very authentic. Don't copy paste. Yes, Sunil.
Anand doesn't have much exposure because he doesn't believe that reciprocity is very limited.
Walk the talk and talk the walk, and being creative and innovative. If you are creative and innovative, you will get the opportunities yourself. So that is...
Absolutely. Don't believe what worked yesterday will work today. Never. It doesn't work. What worked with one audience will not work with the other audience. It might be an absolute failure there. Just because it works very well doesn't mean that it's going to work every time. So you've got to trial it. It's a trial and error also. But you've got to be a good judge.
Ahead of everybody else, your competitors. And you have to be unique and you have to be genuine.
Yes.
I will give you an example, madam. Last year, I asked my multiple council chairman that I'll take a session on social media. Because I knew what was coming. The virtual meetings, the impact of those things, what was coming, I knew. I had already prepared my presentation. But this year, they did not give me opportunity because they did not understand. I was ahead. This year, my governor gave me that opportunity.
So the lesson for you is stay with the times.
Yeah.
Okay, stay with the times.
But
yes.
think ahead, little ahead.
Absolutely.
But you will get your opportunity.
Yes, you've got to be visionary.
This year, I got the opportunity at the district level. Looking at the success of that my session, every other districts have also given me this opportunity.
Perfect. Absolutely. Believe in yourself. If you are giving value, people will come to you. People will definitely, from somewhere, the word will spread. Yes, Sunilji.
To optimize our identity, I think we are social organization, we have to attend all service activities, not only the dinner parties.
Absolutely.
And we have to get update with the every project or every LCI presentation and with the site of the international site. And with updation of the knowledge and club activity, then we will give the actual lecture, what we will say to the people. We have to be attached with those facts that then we will deliver.
You're
the
right. You're absolutely 100% right. What it is, today if you're talking in this organization, you're talking to Lions. After all, what is our aim? Our aim is, you definitely have a purpose when you're going to go to talk to Lions. You're not going to there just to sell yourself so that they invite you again. No. What you want to do is to make them a better lion, to make them more, giving, to get them more integrated into the organization. You want them to learn more about the organization. Eventually, as Lions, that is going to be our end goal. Is it not? Yes? So that when we go to the training programs, we can make them a better club leader, district leader, multiple leader, whatever. So that is what we want to do to them. So if you have not experienced the service program, if you have not done hands-on service activity, if you have not done hands-on fundraising programs, how will you go and speak about it? So it is very, one second.
Madam, to be specific in the generic terms, market, myself is two words which are involved. It is a simple logic and philosophy. Everything, whatever the product quality, see myself with reference to your question is how to make myself popular. Two fundamental ingredients are there. To sell any product, the product should be quality. That means here myself as a trainer, as my audience, whenever I go, I should be able to attract the audience and I must be able to impress upon in the audience with my inspiration and with a proof, as you say, rightly, authenticity means I should have that ability or proof of.
So you are absolutely right. It has to
and
be.
the audience have to go through.
Right.
As you rightly told, now I am called in my district and multiple as a man of membership and extension of new clubs. People believe whatever I say because I have started 400 member club.
You're right. You're right. I get your point. When you're authentic, you can do and make that difference. And only few things. I'm not going to go into, just let me just complete a few things and then we will come back to you. I believe we have just a few more minutes left. So what I would like to tell you is, number one, if you want to market yourself, first identify what is your strength. Right? You've got to identify, this is about me. This is what, sir, excuse me, hello, I need your attention here. I need your attention here. Identify, this is my strength. And this is what I want to project. This is going to be my absolute USP. Every product, any company which starts a product, what do? They see what is the USP of this product, right? So you've got to find out your USP. This is my USP, I can do this. Now how do I project it better? How do I make it more stronger? How do I work and research more so that becomes very important for me? Suppose you're very good at storytelling. How do I curate more stories? How do I connect my stories to what I'm saying? Suppose you're very good at remembering figures. How do I gather more figures, more appropriate figures, more figures which make a lot of sense to my presentations? How do I do that? You've got to improve over there. And that becomes your USP. When you've realized what your USP is, as somebody rightly said, I think that's a fantastic idea. You must have your own little space. And now it is very easy to market yourself thanks to this World Wide Web that we have. Have a little blog, have a website which tells about you. Whichever presentations you make, why don't you upload it there? Put short videos, very short. People don't have time. 1 minute video, 1.5 minute video is more than enough. You'll say, what will I say in 90 seconds? 90 seconds is lot of time. 90 seconds is huge. When you have to listen to something for 90 seconds, it's quite long, right? So 90-second videos, just about what you want to speak, put it there. That should be your sampler. That should be something that people will listen to that 90 seconds. How do you choose? Today, if we are having a forum on the virtual forum, how did we choose our speakers? Very simple. We went to the YouTube, hunted. First thing you do is Google search. Who are they? How do they speak? Listen to them for a few minutes. And he says, okay, this is fine. Didn't listen to more than 1 or 2 minutes also, because we don't have the time to listen to more than that. But that 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, if you can do your videos and put it there, You don't need Anand Mehta to invite you to your district. Somebody else will invite you to their district also. You will not need anything else. We can do our promotion, but it has to be done not about ourselves, but about what is within you or what you are speaking. What is your strength? What is the message that you're getting across? You've got to market your message. You don't market yourself. The moment we start marketing ourselves, that is our Waterloo. The moment we start putting our face there, that is, you've lost it. Believe me. And if one thing we are losing in this organization is, we are making our faces more important than the Lions logo now. Until and unless we don't stop it at every level, I'm telling you, nobody is worth the names is also going to be ready to be associated with us. We've got to stop this trend. If you have the inner capability, if you have the inner ability, why do you need your faces on those presentations? Why? Nobody. And that is what you've got to do. People should see the presentation and say, "Arey, this is this one's presentation." They should, you should have an identity. This is Nagaraju's presentation. Why? Because you've seen what his presentations are like. You create your own identity. But what do? Every slide must have my face, so that people forget us. And my name also right there. And not only my name. FDI, LCIP, trainer at D so-and-so, trainer at so-and-so, CQI. What else do you have? Whatever you have. Put all those names. You think anybody is interested in all of that? Believe me, it's off-putting. That is not marketing. That is anti-marketing. And I think what we are doing in this organization sometimes is more anti-marketing than actually marketing ourselves. If you've got to market yourselves, put those short videos, create your blog, write your thoughts. We are scared of writing our thoughts. But if you would write that out a little bit, put it there. Be bold when you have to say something. And speak what you believe in. Don't sugarcoat your words. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Yes, of course, you can be diplomatic, but you don't have to be, you don't want to speak something which you don't believe in. And if you can do it, my dear friends, you will have no dearth of invitations. You'll have no dearth of, people, every club wants a speaker now. Every club in every district wants a speaker. And thanks to this virtual world, now it's so easy to come through Zoom. You don't even need to travel, you don't need to waste time. Really, honestly. So if we can use this and capitalize this, capitalize the fact that now we've all become so technologically savvy, provide opportunities that, okay, I don't need to come. I will do a video call with you. And if you do good quality video sessions, I think that will be very meaningful to clubs. And that's the way you get your presence felt. So be available not only for physical meetings, be also available for these virtual meetings. Be available with your videos. Be available with your messages, which are authentic, which are different. And like our speaker in the morning said, you must have an idea which can actually go and transform the world, because that is what people are looking for, new ideas. New ways of communicating ideas, new ways of saying something. That is what you have to do. So my dear friends, the world is yours. It is up to you how you make the most of it. Remember, it's all about the organization. It's not about you. It's about what you speak. It is again not about your face. And if you can believe that and remember that, people will be there to invite you at any point of time, and marketing yourself is not going to be at all difficult. So I wish you all the best. And I know lots of questions, lot of things, but we have to maintain time. So thank you very much, Anand, for this opportunity.
Getting your own identity and seeking opportunities to transform the organization. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, be aware. In fact, we have a little change in our schedule. All of you are aware that our third Vice President Endorsee, past International Director, Lion AP Singh, was going to put the icing on the cake, and that was when we were inviting him at the concluding session. However, he has a sudden appointment that he has to honor, and he will be leaving tonight from this event. So we are fortunate to have him with us for this particular event. All of you are aware that he has a lot of appointments and a lot of commitments to complete. But however, he found that this group is the group which is going to really change Lionism. And as you know, all of you, AP always advocates, promotes change for the better Lionism. And he said that if this is the group, I will fulfill my commitment and I will be glad to be with this group. So let us all welcome our third Vice President endorsee, Lion AP Singh. And he is going to speak to you on the subject. I will not tell the subject. Whatever he speaks will itself be a subject. Lion AP Singh.
Bhandari ji, and it's such a pleasure to be here amongst all of you. Individuals who are so active with the programs of our association in our country, and because of this technology, even beyond the country, because technology makes it so much possible, so much easy, so much seamless to be able to attend events in all parts of the world. So we do see your names and we do see your faces for events in different parts of the constitutional area, definitely, and some even internationally. So thank you very much for everything that you are doing. Now, as for whatever I'm going to speak to you today, it's totally not correct. He did give me a proper subject on which I should be speaking, and that's PID Narendra Bhandari, asked me to speak about the Lion's big picture. This is the exact words that he used. The Lion's big picture and how facilitation can help in that. Is that right, sir? How facilitation, that means the kind of facilitation that you as the trainers are doing, how that could help in the big picture. So when we talk of the big picture, what comes to your mind about the big picture of when we talk of Lions? What's the big picture of Lions today? He, of course, asked me to speak to you, which I will try to do to some extent, about the big picture as, you know, could be some years ahead. But, and that's what it is, that's what you exactly said. So when we talk of the big picture today, what comes to your mind? Big picture. What's the big picture of Lions today? Yes, tell me. Global leader in what? In leadership. In membership. In service. Okay, what else? I mean, you're absolutely saying the right thing. Somebody else as well. What comes to you? Yes, Dr. Joshi. Great peace promoter of the world, right? International understanding, peace and international understanding, fantastic, good. What else? Disaster management. A lot of permanent projects. Okay, what's the big picture? Yes. Lions and Leos will fulfill every need. That's the global leader in service. Okay, but very well put. Thank you. Yes, Maninder Singh ji. People respect me because I'm a lion. So that's the big picture. Okay. Yes, anybody else? Yes, my friend there, right there. Okay, there should be no need which is not attended to, not addressed by the Lions. Okay? Yes, Jagan. To the life-changing. We are into the pain-relieving game. We have to convert it into a life-changing game. So be life-changers. Okay. We have to be? We are the inspiration of others. Fantastic. Number one NGO in the world. He says, let's sum up. Isko sab kuch likh do. Whatever else you want to write, write it. Draw a line. Do a sum total. Sum total is number one NGO in the world. Okay, big picture. Okay, yes. Yes, my friend, Govind Rajji.
Every government, every organization should speak about life.
No, what is the big picture today? Should be, you leave it to me a little bit to speak.
Our
give me an
deeds,
opportunity.
that which we must develop we must conduct or develop ourselves so that, every government in the world and every organization should speak about Lions Club International.
should speak about Lions Clubs International. Every organization worth its name and every government in the world should recognize the work of Lions Clubs International. Fantastic. Wait, Binay. Yes, Balbir Singh. Okay, the logo must inspire that or give that confidence to an individual that you'll get the right kind of help. Yes, Binay.
Just as nowadays we do Google. I see that the time is there. When anything comes, people will dial lines. Whenever you see color, think of us. Okay. We'll be the British Paints. Okay, Asian Paints. Yes, Bhavna ji.
I think we should be so big. For me, big is every issue of nation, our opinion is asked for.
In every issue of the nation, our opinion is called for. 2 more comments only. Yes, one there, and I'll come to you, sir. हर घर में लायन, घर घर में लायन. Fantastic. One thing we'll do, ये हिंदी वाला बात किसने किया था? दीपक टुटेजा, where are you? हिंदी आने से स्लोगन बढ़िया बढ़िया आएंगे. इंग्लिश में उतना स्लोगन बनता नहीं है. हिंदी में स्लोगन बढ़िया बनता है. या हैं? देखो, दिखेगा तो बिकेगा. अभी एक चीज है. The whole damn problem is, and I'll come to that somewhere, सस्ता सुंदर टिकाऊ. That's the problem. That's the biggest and the worst catch. Yes, sir. Okay. Youth importance. Okay. Now, I asked you about the big picture. What does big picture mean to you today? And each one of you have given your ideas as to what the big picture means. One more, last, okay? Because Narendra ji says. Transparency. Okay, transparency in our organization. So, if I was to ask you to speak about the big picture, I think everybody would be able to speak about the big picture. Lions Clubs International, organizations talk about us, national governments talk about us, state governments should talk about us, everybody should be talking to us. #1 NGO in the world, we promote peace, we handle disaster management. This is the big picture of Lions. This big picture, like any picture that you see on, say, even if we use technology, even if you use, electronic, digitally, when you see a picture, the picture's actually made up of hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of those dots. Those individual dots, those millions or hundreds of thousands of those dots, actually are making up the full picture. By that single dot itself means nothing. But if you remove a large chunk of those dots, the picture means nothing. Rather, the picture can be distorted. So the big picture is actually the synchronized and the most appropriate presentation of those millions of dots. As trainers, please remember, it is very simple and very easy to talk about the big picture of Lions when we talk about big picture of Lions Clubs International. Largest, biggest, this is what we do. Our foundation, $1 billion given here, $1 billion disbursed, more and more being disbursed. Leaders, best #1 NGO in the world, best NGO, everything is, that's very easy to do. The job of the trainers, according to me, and the #1 job of the trainers is to ensure that every club has a big picture. It's very simple. We are taking an easy way out when we refer to the big picture of the district. You give me the big picture of the district, looks very nice, looks very impressive. But if the district has 100 clubs, is that big picture really, or the attributes of that big picture, are they really applicable to at least 95 of those clubs? No. 90? No. 85? No. 80? No. 75? No. 70? No. 65? No. 60? No. That big picture is made up of 25 of those clubs at most. Agree or not agree? What's got to be changed? And that's the road, or that's what should be our to-do, number one thing on our to-do list for the future is that every club has a big picture, its own big picture. You as trainers, when you go and work with the clubs and work in the districts with the clubs and the club leaders, you must inspire them that every club must have its own projections for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Those 25% of those clubs that we are talking of, they do have their projections. They are the clubs that run projects regularly, some fantastic signature projects, some of them are permanent projects. They participate maybe with some other organization, they meet regularly. They've got some stuff lined up already. They have some kind of legacy, some of them may be even newer clubs, but those newer clubs have formulated their own designs. They've got their stuff in place. But the large number of clubs, if you ask them whether they've got a big picture, they are living on a daily basis. They don't know whether they're going to meet the next month too. Do you agree with me, yes or no? This yes must be turned into a no. That's what it is. The job of the trainers in this country. That we must reach a point where we have clubs that understand their obligations, that understand what the Lions Club actually means, and the clubs actually live those principles, the clubs practice those principles, or, they actually deliver the way a Lions Club must be delivering. That's what is important. If we can improve, if we can upgrade, if we can upscale, not upgrade, if we can upscale the quality of a club's picture, or every club, and then moving on to every club's picture in the district, and then moving on to every club in the country, then we will have improved truly the big picture of Lions in the country. That is important. How many clubs in the country? How many? कितने आप बताओ, आपके पास exact data होगा? 7,500. We have fantastic membership growth. You agree? We have good membership growth? Give yourself a clap at least. You have a fantastic membership growth. Staff can turn out the data maybe even when I'm speaking, my friends. How many clubs are there in this country that have not inducted even a single member in the last 3 months? We are clapping on that fantastic growth that we are having. Narendra Bhandari ji says more than 50% of the clubs have not inducted even a single member. Narendra Bhandari ji, you will be astonished. My past experience without looking at the data tells me it will be more than 65%. More than 65% of the clubs will not have inducted a single member in the last 3 months. More than 65 or more than 70% of the clubs will not have had net growth. Everything is coming through that 25, 30, 35% clubs. We are eating into the cream that is being produced by those 25, 30, 35% clubs. Big picture if we need to develop, and big picture if we need to sustain, and the big picture if we need to upscale, we need to, as I'm repeating, sorry for the repetition, we need to upscale the standard of delivery, the standard of operations, the standard of functioning of every club. You as leaders are the instruments that can make it happen. It's not happening otherwise. It's not happening otherwise, that's for sure. You as leaders can play that fantastic role and you can really make it happen. Now, can you tell me, somebody said that you've got your mission. You've got your mission as a leader. Now, what is your mission as a leader? When you talk about your mission as a leader, how do you translate that mission into working with the clubs? Your goal is not met, I'm repeating again, by going and conducting a program. Your goal is met in a district when 80%, 90% of the clubs are themselves in a position to upload their information on the website. Your goal is met when 90% or maybe 95% plus, that was the situation we had about 25, 30 years ago. We are slipping. That's the problem of the West, which we are now accepting. A problem of different parts of the world because they have so many good points. We are not accepting and adopting those good points. We are adopting their weaknesses of repeating the club leaders. Some years ago, we never had repeat club presidents. Your GLT efforts, Your training efforts as FDI, LCIP graduates, as great trainers, must result that we have a leadership pool in every club. Every club is ready with its next line of leadership, that there is no repeat leadership in the clubs. That is where it must get reflected. It must get reflected that every club, as PID Sangeeta said, does every club engage with a service activity? The answer should be a resounding success, yes. An honest yes. Yes, even if not 100%, at least 90% of the clubs are participating in the service activity. That is what is expected from the delivery of the training programs. That at the end of the trade, it's not about kar diya. Zone chairman, region chairman ka program kar diya. But if that zone chair and region chair are not going to the club's service project, if the zone chair and region chair are ultimately not going into the club's meetings, if the zone chair and region chair are not playing the role of the bridge between the different political divides that may exist within the clubs, they are not trying to settle those issues, then the purpose of doing those leadership training programs is not being 100% fulfilled. To what extent it's being fulfilled, you decide. You decide. Spreading knowledge is important, but sometimes spreading knowledge can become dangerous. We have spread all the knowledge about dispute resolution processes. We have friends now in every district who are experts in dispute resolution processes. They know much more about dispute resolution processes, honestly, that I tell you, much more than what I know. Sometimes they can find out the flaws in the process or the wordings that can even stun the legal division. That is the level to which you have trained them. Fantastic. The training that's required is how to build consensus. The training that's required is how to be ready to give a little so that we can stay together and stay united. The training that's required is how do we find ways of bridging those understandings or misunderstandings within ourselves. The training that's required is, because even if you look at the dispute resolution processes, look at all the dispute resolution processes that we have in place in our rules that govern us. The first paragraph says very clearly, the ultimate goal is to build consensus. The conciliator is here not to give awards, but the conciliator is here to find out and see if there is a possibility of building consensus. I mean, that is the role. That's just one of the things. What I'm trying to talk to you about is spreading information is important. When you gave them all the information about all the obligations of a Lions Club, or all the obligations of a zone chair or a region chair, or all the obligations of whatever other positions they were occupying, they've forgotten a lot of that knowledge. But all the knowledge about the processes of the dispute resolution process, they are remembering each one of it. Are you aware there's something called a document in our rule books? There's a document which is called the ethics that govern a district governor. How many of you have read it? The ethics that govern a district governor, the ethics that govern a council chairperson. There's a document. There's a document available. There is a अरे e-book में ही है, e-book में तो सब कुछ है भाई मेरे. E-book के reference से वहाँ से link तो सभी मिल जाएगा. That's not a problem. You're right. You can go through that link, and if you've gone through that, that's fantastic. But there is a document there. There are ethics that are required to be followed even by the board of directors. There's an ethics required even by the board of directors. Why would you not talk about those ethics? We have to operate according to the law. But there is something called the letter of law, and there's something called the spirit of law. As a humanitarian organization, it has to be the true and the rightful and the undiluted and the absolutely 100% 24-karat mixture of the spirit and the letter of law. It's not only the letter of law, it's the spirit and the letter of law. Why? That's the kind of training that you got to carry it back to them. You have to be talking about some of your examples. PID Sangeeta said, be authentic. Authentic some things that apply to you. But some things that don't apply to you, you could pick up examples from your friends and colleagues. Take to them those stories. We had a speaker in the morning telling us about the importance of stories. Take to them those stories. Take to them those anecdotes, those personal happenings. If you want to leave them with inspiration, inspiration is important very important in such leadership sessions that you conduct. But please remember, there is something called the honeymoon effect of any inspirational address. It wears off within 2 days. Any inspiration that you provide in an inspirational address, more than 90% of it wears off in about 2 days, unless you can back it with stuff that connects. Unless you can back it with stuff that hits the person's, innermost call, which really, as in Hindi, they say, jo jaake ghar kar leta hai dil mein. Until that, wo jo ghar kar leta hai dil mein, unless that happens, it doesn't stay. Superficially, everybody is so charged in a motivational session. At the end of it, it's all gone. It's all gone. 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later, it's the same old story which is permeating. You talk to them about building that friendship and the unity and everything. Yes, we are all going to do it. 2 days later, we are back to square one. The point is, your own best practices, which you've been a part of, which you've been promoting, or some of your friends have been promoting, or what you've learned elsewhere, or what you've seen elsewhere, which you can come and talk to your friends in your sessions and give them the ownership, give them the opportunity of carrying that idea forward. I think that's what you as the trainers, you as the facilitators, the word that Narendra Bhandari used with me, you as the facilitators can do it. It's not only talking about the rules or the best practices of today. You as the trainers must be the creators of the next practices. You must be bringing forward what the next practice would be. If the Lions have to really continue to occupy that top spot, then in that case, we have to beat the curve. We have to be ahead of the others. We have to preempt and be prepared before the needs are really there. That's the ultimate. That's a very utopian way of looking at it. But then this is a group that can be instrumental in that. This is a group that can play a very big role in that. These are your group as the trainers, as the facilitators. You could play that strong role of binding them together, of keeping them together, and of being able to lead to the next practices. Can some of you here, any one of you, narrate one of the instances that you have really been instrumental with in trying to promote a next practice? I'm not saying the best practice, the next practice in your club, in your district, in your multiple district, what you're talking of. Yes, my friend, please. Yes, sir, please tell me. Is there a mic there? There's no mic. I'll give you mine.
So one of the practice which I implemented in the water conservation, that is the check dam, when I felt that many of the clubs, they have been doing so many projects, so I felt that they should do one permanent project which will last for at least 20-25 years, and it will keep on benefiting the rural population. So that is how I made one presentation of 4 minutes of video on the water conservation check dam and promoted it at the club level, at the district level, and the result is many clubs participated. So far we could have the participation of more than 25 clubs, and 37 check dam could be constructed as a permanent project of the club. So I think this kind of practice will differ.
Now the point is, I'm asking you a simple question. I'll come back to you, Shetty ji. I'll come back. You please take your seat. I'll come back to you. Chaudhary ji, I'm aware of your check dam projects, and you know that we are very well aware, and we've tried to promote it as much as we can. But the question to you, which I'm asking you today, I hope you'll not mind my asking you, is that effort being continued in your district?
Yes, sir. I am very happy and proud that it has been continuing in our district.
Okay.
My club, which sponsored one check dam in 18-19, they have sponsored now another check dam this year.
Okay.
And as a multiple chairperson for water conservation and check dam, which is the first time the post in our multiple created, we have constructed, or we have got commitment for 22 check dam this year, sir.
Fantastic. Very good. You see, you must note, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You must note that what really gave us the pride of place, somebody said here, permanent projects. When we talk of permanent projects, we generally talk of the hospitals, schools, and such other permanent projects that exist in all parts of the country, in different districts, that those projects are existing. I'm asking you a question honestly, and you need not answer it personally. Yet if you want to answer, you may answer. The question is that the number of permanent project increasing and multiplying in the districts, is it really happening at the stage that it should happen? Or has that process somehow halted? We have 150 eye hospitals in the country, and now at an average, we add about 1 or 2 hospitals, maximum 3 hospitals in a year in a country. There was a time when we used to add 8 to 10 hospitals every year at the country level. Now we've come down to as low as 2, it's not even 3, as low as 1 or 2 new hospitals in a country. Why has the progress of, this is just hospitals, there could be other permanent projects also. Why is the progress of, if the leadership is getting strong, if all the motivation that we are providing is actually working, if the delivery of the leadership programs is really so, so much, it's 100% of what we wanted, if all of that it is, what I'm trying to tell you is, we are tick marking. Ye ho gaya. Ye chala gaya. It's like saying that I have to go to so and so place. I must visit these 100 places in my life. What I did was I landed on a flight there. I spent about 3 hours there and got on the next flight and went to the next place. So I've tick marked it that I've been to that place. But ultimately all I did was go to the airport, stay there for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and I moved on to the next place. Does that really give me a feel of that place? Nothing. But tick marking is complete. My passport will tell me chala gaya. My passport will tell me gaya. Definitely 100% proof. Nobody will be able to deny that I went there. Is something like this happening in our training programs? Ho gaya. Karna tha ho gaya. Lekin we need the results. Why should... There was a time we didn't do so many training programs, but we were getting those permanent projects. We are doing so many of these training programs. We are talking so much about motivation. We got this entire wonderful group. We never could imagine a group like this getting together at a country level in India, talking about training programs and the enriched series which Narendra Bhandari ji has got created, inspired, that you create and you go and present and talk. Even during the COVID times, you reach out to other multiple districts. Very fantastic effort. And all of you have participated. Congratulations. All of that is being done today. But where are my training programs? Where are my permanent projects? Where are those clubs? What is happening? Why is the percentage of those clubs that don't induct even a single member in a year, why is that percentage not declining? Number of clubs that have positive net growth. If you study the statistics, I haven't studied for the last 2 years, but if you study the statistics of the number of clubs, of the clubs that produce net growth, you will find net growth is ultimately produced by much less than 50% of the clubs. More than 60% of the clubs don't actually produce net growth. The actual net growth producing clubs are so limited. But if we are doing so much of this training programs and we are really successful in the training programs, that is where we would like this success to be reflected. So my discussion with you about the big picture is that this success must get reflected at the club level. District level, multiple level is fantastic. To do a district convention in a very well organized manner, 2-day program, call in the best speakers, call in a great artist, great entertainment, good food is good. But my real concern is our club meetings happening regularly. Our members coming to the club meetings. Are members coming with their families? Is there a family environment in those club meetings? Are members participating at least in 50% of the club meetings? I think that's a very reasonable count, isn't it? 50% of the club meetings are the members participating. Is that happening in all the clubs? That is what is more relevant. If that is happening, and my district convention is not in a 5-star, but is in a 4-star or even a 3-star, that's a much better option to accept. Do you agree, Sunil? That's a much better option to accept than having a district conference alone in a 5-star, but 50% of my clubs don't meet regularly. I mean, how does it help? That is, if you want to be you said game changer. You want to be the game changer. Then, yes, then change the game. Change the game. The people that you're talking to, inspire them, and that inspiration should come through sharing of your success stories, through sharing of some failure stories also, that we did this and this was a big failure. Don't do it. It doesn't work. It's no point wasting your time and energy there. Try something else. It's trying to build what could really lead us to success. Those steps are extremely important. When you go in the sessions, don't get driven by the fact how many minutes that person's given you. Sometimes we are very much driven by the fact, kitna deri diya mere ko bolne ko? Main itna dur se gaya, mere ko khali 6 minute bolne diya. We had a speaker this morning who told us 6 minutes is good. He said there are TEDx talks which are still 6 minutes. Real good ones, I mean, you get a very experienced speaker, he says 9 to 11 minutes should be good. And that is really good. And you are not the only person who feels, many of you may be feeling that the amount of time given to me is small. I wasn't given a very big audience to talk to. It's not a big audience to talk to. It's the audience on whom you can impact. Have you left that impact? And what is the kind of follow-up that you do? Especially if you go to another district or another multiple, well, I don't expect a follow-up also. But in your own district, what is the follow-up? If there is no follow-up, your job, the job of a GLT leader does not end in conducting with the session. मैंने ये कर दिया, अभी दूसरे का काम है. मैंने ट्रेनिंग कर दिया. अभी वो मीटिंग होता है कि नहीं होता है, कुछ एक्टिविटी होता है कि नहीं होता है, मेरा काम नहीं है. तो फिर then it's no point. There has to be a linkage. There has to be a linkage. There was something called the Great GATT debate, which my good friend PID Sunil Kumar, PID Sangeeta, and myself, we engaged in a discussion. It's there on the YouTube also, the Great GATT debate. And we came to the conclusion, it was a foregone conclusion, that they're just different sides of the same, they're different perspectives of the same object. There's nothing different. Membership, leadership, service are the different perspectives of the same object. You can't do it. So your job really doesn't end with that session. That's the bottom line that I'm trying to get at. What's the follow-up? There has to be a follow-up at that. That's extremely important. We are saying that we don't get good quality leaders in our districts. You agree with that? We don't get good quality leaders in our districts? पहले जितने strong governors आते थे, आजकल वैसे, you get them intermittently, but regularly you don't get such strong governors. Jagan Mohan Reddy ji, do you agree that? He's saying yes. You talk to any other senior lion, this is what everybody's feeling. But my question is, the job of the GLT basically is to create that pool of leadership. The leadership pool must then begin to exist. It must begin to exist in every multiple district. PID Sunil Kumar works towards creation of a leadership pool in his multiple district. He says he gets the club presidents of the entire multiple district at a session. 2-day session? 1-day session. Everybody doesn't come. Maybe 60% of the club presidents come there. He gives them an opportunity, getting them there, working with them, talking to them, helping them to build, bridges, helping them to build communication within themselves and whatever else also they may be trying to achieve. That's important. You as the GLT leaders would be expected to do that. My friend Sunil Kumar, he tells me, it's not Sunil, Vijay Raju, मेरा बात सुनो ना, अब तो मैसेज कर रहा है, कोई बात नहीं, मेरा बात भी थोड़ा सुन लो ना, अरे आर्टिफिशियली सुनो, क्या करोगे? That's okay. नहीं, Vijay Raju tells me that he has sessions on every Wednesday evening, 8:30 p.m. with his first vice governors. Is that right, Vijay? He doesn't need a badge anymore. He's already a past international director. If anything has to happen after that, it is not with that kind of working. Okay? But he feels that if he has a responsibility for building the leadership pool, my good friend Sunil is working with the club presidents. Right, because we are ultimately an association of Lions clubs. He's working. My president. He says they are my presidents. He says they have to be led by the district governor, and the district governor for the next year, and nothing gets accomplished by one session or a 1.5 day session which we do at any point of time. So he's working with them every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. with the first vice governors of his multiple district. My question is, when you are going and working, I'm not talking about you going and delivering in other districts and multiple districts. No, not in other, but in your own districts. Especially if you are a past governor as well. Binoy, you may have problems. You are not a past governor. Somebody may feel, itna aapko nahi karna chahiye. And I will understand that. I will understand that. That's okay. Right. Ab karo. What I'm trying to say is, but those who are past governors here, what are you doing to make sure that things happen? You've done a session with the zone chairs and region chairs. Are you doing a monthly check? आप गाड़ी खरीदते हो, गाड़ी का सर्विसिंग कराते हो महीने के महीने, यहां पर इतना बड़ा वर्ल्ड्स नंबर 1 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लीडरशिप की बात कर रहे हो, उसका सर्विस चेक क्यों नहीं करते महीने के महीने? I mean, it's not going to be over and done with that one session that you are conducting. I'll come back to you, my friend. Yes.
Most of the past district governors get active only in the month of January and February.
Beto. Okay, and that's all right. That's all right. One thing you remember, politics was there, will be there, will continue to be there also. That's okay. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. What I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm trying to talk to a lot of my friends here who are involved with leadership programs and who are past governors, and you did that session in the zone chairperson's training, and you went and told them the obligations and the role of a zone chairperson. Did you go to check up with them on a monthly basis about what they're doing? Did you pick up your phone and speak to them? According to me, your responsibility does not end by just delivery in that one session. That is just ticking the box. If you want to see that place, you got to go and walk the streets of that city. You got to eat the local food. You got to enjoy the local culture. And then you will have seen the place. Here, are you walking with your zone and the region chairs? Are you walking with your club presidents? Are you understanding the feel? Are you understanding their mindset? If that's not happening, then the big picture may just be good, because 25% is just too good. And that's fine. That's fine. We are surviving on that. But if you want the real improvement to take place, that's what it is. Yes, my friend there.